On this day, 6 years ago, the Patriots won their 6th Super Bowl title. It was the last of New England's two-decade-long run Dynasty championship. They beat Jared Goff in the L.A. Rams. 6 titles in 17 years. This Sunday, the Chiefs will go for their 4th in 5 years and 3rd straight, which no team, even those Patriots, never, ever did.
No way.
Nope.
Never been done?
Never been done.
Wait, the Patriots were good?
Pete will say it has been done, but that was pre-Super Bowl. That was NFL championships, I believe it was. Chiefs have won more in the regular season. They've a better winning percentage in the postseason as well. So we've got Leger Douzable and Danny Kanell now with us, and Danny demanded that we do a proper in-depth segment on comparing the Patriots dynasty.
We have not
to the
covered
Chiefs
it yet.
dynasty.
Enough.
So here we go, Danny.
Yes.
The Patriots was spread out over 2 decades.
Correct.
The Chiefs are doing this in a 5-year span. Correct. If they win this, can Chiefs fans say we had the greatest dynasty of all time?
Not yet, but they can say we are on pace to, right? And they could make a case that they have the most impressive run to date that we've seen in the history of the NFL. And while what the Patriots did was phenomenal, and the Patriots will say, good luck, keep going, and then talk to us when you get 6. The Chiefs fans can say what you just told us, Chief, Chris. What was that? I almost called you Chief.
Hey, Chief.
Chief, that'll be your new nickname. But if they do, that 3 in a row is an elusive title that no one has been able to do. And that includes some pretty impressive dynasties when you go back to the Steelers, when you go to the Cowboys with Jimmy Johnson, when you go to the Broncos with John Elway and Terrell Davis. No one else could do 3 in a row, including the Patriots. So I do think earlier we were talking in the conference AFC Championship game, we were talking about who does it matter more for, Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. And I thought it was Patrick Mahomes because you don't have this opportunity, you don't know, again, to do something nobody else has. Josh Allen can get 1 Super Bowl at any time, but Patrick Mahomes may never get this chance to win 3 in a row in the rest of his career.
To me, it comes down to this. It's kind of what DK said. This is probably the most impressive run, but you can't crown them the most impressive dynasty. And we'll talk about Brady and Mahomes later, but you got to think, Brady played Mahomes twice, and he beat him twice, right? So that's going to always be over his head. So when you talk about Has going to a Super Bowl 4 out of 5 years, and the 7-year span of going to every AFC Championship game, yes, this is one of the greatest runs, if not the greatest run, but you can't put them in front of the Patriots until you have as many Lombardis as they have. And again, when these two faced off, Mahomes and Brady got the better of them.
Yeah, once with the Bucs and once with New England Patriots in one of the best games ever played in the AFC Championship game 6 years ago.
Who are Pats fans cheering for?
They don't want the Chiefs to win. Yeah, they don't want the Chiefs to win.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure all of you Patriots fans can let me know. Have you seen what Tom Brady has said about this game? That he thinks the Eagles can do.
Of course, that's what he wants.
I was about to say, is Tom Brady watching this, not wanting Patrick Mahomes to surpass him?
I think this.
I
think down for sure. I mean, he has the bragging rights on him when you talk about beating him in the AFC Championship game and then beating him in the Super Bowl. But again, he doesn't want anybody to touch his dynasty. We're competitive players, even when we retire. So I think it's funny that Tom Brady is calling this game too, right? Because if Patrick Mahomes were to win this, people are talking about putting him in the stratosphere with the GOAT, Tom Brady, even though Brady has 7 rings. So again, I just go back to that Tom Brady is going to always have that over Patrick Mahomes' head, and there's nothing that Patrick Mahomes can do. And another tidbit, when you look at Tom Brady, his first 10 playoff games, he went 10-0. Right? I don't know how many people can say that. Like, he's in a different era. So, obviously, Patrick Mahomes in a different era, too. And, again, this will be the greatest run, but I don't think you can surpass what Brady has done unless you get the 7 rings.
I saw Tom Brady this past weekend.
Oh, you did?
Where? You want to tell us where?
Our daughters both play volleyball, club volleyball. And so he goes and supports his daughter. I go and support mine. I did not want to harass him because he does get a lot of attention. People are taking videos.
That's what I'm saying. What is it like? Are people watching the game or are they just watching Tom Brady?
It's kind of sad. Like, I feel bad for him. But I guarantee you, and I didn't ask him this, but I should have. It's kind of like Eric Dickerson. Remember when he was asked about Saquon and he gave the truthful answer first and then he came back because he took so much backlash and they thought he. deep down inside, Tom Brady wants to stay the GOAT.
Correct.
He wants to be the greatest of all time as long as he can. So even if it means, maybe it doesn't bother him this one, like, hey, Mahomes, go ahead and get another one. But I do think the 3 in a row separates it. So I think even deep down inside, Brady would prefer that the Eagles won this game so that he doesn't have that edge on him if the debate gets there. And I think Tom Brady would root for him until he has 6. Yeah. But as soon as it gets to 7,
get too close,
then it's like, all right,
close.
Exactly.
It's time for you to retire, right?
Exactly.
Tom Brady is a little bit different than when you compare the Patriots and the Chiefs, or even what we're going to do right now, the head coaches, because Brady has that extra Super Bowl when he went to Tampa Bay and proved that he could do it without Bill Belichick. How do you compare Andy Reid and Bill Belichick right now?
I liken it to what I talked about with Patrick Mahomes and Brady, right? Belichick has gotten Andy Reid in the Super Bowl when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles, and he got him in that AFC Championship game. So right now, Belichick has that caveat over Andy Reid. Now, again, if they go on to win this one, I think there's an open conversation. And then depending on how long Big Red continues to coach, he could go for the most wins in NFL history as a head coach. So I think right now you have to give it to Belichick, even if Andy Reid wins this one, because when they played head-to-head, Belichick got the best of him.
I do think Andy Reid has one thing going for him, and it's been the knock against Bill Belichick, is what has he done without Tom Brady? Who was Andy Reid's quarterback when he took the Eagles to the Super Bowl? It was not Patrick Mahomes. It was Donovan McNabb. So I think that is a feather in the cap for Andy Reid, but I'd still agree with you. Like, this is a conversation that I think there's a pretty good gap, but if Andy Reid wins this one, it starts to close significantly. Correct. And based on what you said, Mahomes is only 29. Andy Reid is still, I know those retirement stuff have been floated out there. I still don't buy it, because why would you walk away when it looks pretty easy to roll the ball out there from Mahomes and you're having a blast and you're winning games? So I think there's a I won't say it. I was going to say I think there's a better chance that Andy Reid catches Bill Belichick, but they'd be one and the same.
In what, Super Bowl wins?
Yeah.
Okay. Belichick has the two more wins as a coordinator as well. 8
but see, that to me, I do not. Some like 3 years ago, we started counting the Super Bowls and national championships for assistant coaches. You do not get that credit.
Correct.
It is for head coaches. It's for starting quarterbacks, not backups. Like that happens a lot of times with backup quarterbacks get credit for them. They try to do it. It is only as the head coach. You don't get it as an assistant.
And not only that, he told Pete Prisco, Andy Reid did, that he wants to keep coaching.
Good.
And it was a very different thing. I mean, I think, what is it going to be, a retirement, or is it he's going to be forced out like?
He gets to retire. He'll be able to walk out on his own volition. And my thing is,
we said that about Bill Belichick for a while until Tom Brady left.
True. I mean, but if you keep getting cheeseburgers after wins, why would you leave?
He's going to get to go out with the statue
until
ceremony.
his doctor says stop eating cheeseburgers.
That is true.
All right, we have much more to come here on CBS Sports HQ Spotlight here on CBS Sports Network, including a continued discussion of the Super Bowl and players arriving. Boss man arriving. There's Jalen Hurts. They are in New Orleans.
I think that's his cleats.
Why is it?
Why was there tape on it?
I don't know.
What's going on?
Was there nudity on the shoes?
I had to cover it up.
Like bad word. What do you guys think about this? The Browns, Myles Garrett wanting a trade.
Let him go.
Let him go.
Let him compete.
Let him free.
It's not gonna happen.
We're going to talk about that on the other side.